Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Been a couple of days now since Camellya came out. Not gonna lie guys, for me, Camellya is even better than Jinhsi in my opinion. And I know that is a bold claim. And many people might not agree with that claim, but I do have an explanation for that. Instead of just talking about Jinhsi and Camellya, I want to do something that I haven't done before. And it's actually making a tier list for the characters in Wuthering Waves. I haven't done anything of this sort and I thought it would be fun. That's why right now we are going to make a tier list. But do keep in mind, this is highly based on my experience and some other people that I know. Alright, let me go fix some stuff and I'll see you guys in a bit. So this tier list right here is the updated 1.4 characters. I made my own row right here, which is called Didn't Use Enough, because I'm gonna put characters that I never used or I haven't used enough. This is where I'm gonna put most characters. And of course, characters like Lumi, who, well, isn't out yet. Guys, this is only my opinion. Of course, you have your own opinion. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree. And changes are going to make to the tier list after we're done doing this. But for now, hear me out guys, hear me out. I will provide an explanation to where I'm gonna put the character as best as I could at least, but yeah. Anyway, so first on the list, we're gonna go through all of the 4 stars, starting off with Danjin. To be honest guys, I think Danjin easily A tier, probably high B tier. You know, she was one of the first DPS characters that you can get during the first banner, Jiyan, right? You didn't get Jiyan, at least you had Danjin. Danjin served really well as a main DPS back then. Danjin is definitely up there. And with 5 stars included, I think she's gonna drop down to B tier, high B tier. But yeah, Danjin is really good, really solid main DPS. There are a lot of people who can solo the content with just Danjin alone. So that speaks volume to what Danjin can do. And personal experience, I did enjoy using Danjin when I was still using her as a main DPS. Next, we got Aalto right here. Aalto, I'm not gonna lie guys, Aalto is gonna be C tier for me. His outro skill is actually still quite useful, even though you're not really gonna use that outro skill for Jiyan. Most of us already have Mortefi. Mortefi is the only sub DPS character you need for Jiyan. But hey, if you don't have Mortefi, I think Aalto is pretty viable with the arrow damage buff. And other than that, he's really not that great. He's fun to play though. Shout out to you, Jaleo. I do have a friend that actually tried to build a main DPS Aalto. And yeah, let's just leave it at that. Alright, next, we got Chixia. Alright, this might be controversial because Chixia, I would put Chixia in B tier. Again, this tier list is my opinion. I do take into consideration my friends' opinions and stuff like that. To be honest, I think Chixia has insane potential. Chixia can be really, really strong. Because I do have a friend, shout out to you, Jin. Oh, he's been clearing the Tower of Adversity like it was nothing. So yeah, we got Chixia here in B tier. It could be A tier as well. You know what? Because of this, we put Danjin in B tier. Chixia, for those of you who don't know, Chixia keeps going home to me whenever I do some posts in my main account. Even though she's not in the banner, she still keeps going home. I have her way over S6 already. And it's so annoying. If I put Danjin in A, I think I need to put Chixia in A as well. Because Chixia can be really insane too. That's why I'm putting them both in B tier. Alright, so next what we're gonna talk about is actually Taoqi. I'm gonna put Taoqi in C tier because I actually tried to build Taoqi. I tried to build her with Danjin so that my Danjin could have a shield. In general, for shield characters in this game, you need way more resources to invest compared to characters like Verina, Baizhi, or even Youhu, the healers, right? I still did try to build Taoqi, but even then, I still find the shield, aside from being really slow to get, it's really not that great. And also, shield doesn't protect you from interruptions. So even though you're fully shielded, you're still gonna get interrupted when you get attacked. Shield just really protects you from damage. And that's that. I do hope they kind of change the mechanic of the shields. And I would really think Taoqi and other shield characters would go up a tier if ever the shield changes. Well, you should be protected from interruptions as well, right? You can just tank everything. You have a shield. So yeah, that is why I'm putting Taoqi in C tier. I could probably even put her in D tier. I mean, I tried to build her, so at least I'm gonna put her as C tier. She can also deal a little bit of damage if you fully build her. But then again, I didn't fully build her. I just tried to build her. Alright, so moving on, we got Mortefi. Okay, Mortefi is A tier. He is the best heavy attack buffer in the game. I think the only heavy attack buffer in the game. And the best sub DPS for Jiyan. Not only does Mortefi give you a buff, Mortefi also gives coordinated attack, coordinated damage. And if you build Mortefi, the damage from his ult does stack up, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna put Yuanwu in C. It probably even lower than Taoqi if you have S4 Yuanwu, because S4 provides a shield, which is damn useful. I would put Yuanwu in high C tier because of that. I don't have S4, so I don't really, know how that plays out because I don't have S4. Having a shield is pretty good, right? And I think Yuanwu gets his shield easily. You guys can correct me at any point in this video if I did state something wrong. Feel free to do so in the comment section down below. But to be honest, it's just a battery for Jinhsi's 40 gauge. Yeah, I do use Jinhsi, Yuanwu, and Verina. And Yuanwu just worked really well. Next character, we got Baizhi. Baizhi is easily 8 tier. 8 tier because just like Verina, she's basically the low-cost Verina. That's why I put her in 8 tier. You know what? We're actually gonna put Baizhi in B tier because we now have more options than before. We even have Youhu, even though I haven't tried Youhu. But I think Baizhi is still better than Youhu. So I'm putting Baizhi in B tier. I think this is fitting. For Sanhua, Sanhua is easily S tier. Hear me out. She doesn't require that much time in the field, guys. It doesn't require that much time. You swap her in, she does her thing, you outro really fast. That's it. That's Sanhua. And it's just so good. You can build her damage, and her damage is actually pretty good. Yeah, you get basic attack buff as well, so that's really good for, in my opinion, the best character in the game right now. Best DPS in the game, which is Camellya. But yeah, Sanhua, easily S tier. Yangyang. Yangyang has some use. Okay, hear me out. C-tier Yangyang because Yangyang is pretty generalized. Her outro skill provides you resonance energy, right? So anyone you're struggling with your resonance energy, having Yangyang in your team could easily fix that in exchange, of course, damage or healing. So if you're gonna run, for example, Jiyan as a main DPS and you struggle a bit with your liberation or charging your liberation, you can also run Yangyang in exchange for Mortefi and you're gonna lose out on damage because Mortefi is just so good. Or you can just swap out Verina. You're gonna lose out on healing and more attack buff. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. She does have her niche, but I think C tier. Youhu, to be honest with you guys, I didn't even try this character. Now we got our 4 stars out of the way. I think this is fair for the 4 stars. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the 5 stars, and the perfect 5-star to start off with is, of course, Spectro Rover. A Spectro Rover doesn't deal as much damage as Havoc MC or Havoc Rover because she provides other stuff. She can provide healing and she can provide a different outro skill as well. She can stop time, slow down time, which is really badass. I think Spectro Rover is a pretty solid option. Being able to stop time on the outro for a few seconds, being able to heal on your ult with the sequences. Spectro Rover is pretty solid. Next, we got Havoc Rover. We're gonna put Havoc Rover on the other side of the B tier. Okay, so you probably saw all those videos before regarding the Havoc Rover surprisingly good. Is actually broken because he actually is. MC is so strong that I honestly mained Havoc MC on my main account. Before Camellya, before Jinhsi, I was using Havoc MC as my main DPS. And before him, I was using Lingyang. And I switched to Havoc MC because he's just that good. Playstyle is also really fun. I do want to point that out. The 40 gauge filled up. You hold your attack. You switch form. You get a sight. A whole ass sight. A badass sight. And not only that, you become a one-wing angel like Sephiroth. So yeah, just because of that, we're putting him in high B tier. Next character on the list, we got Verina. Verina is easily a high A tier. I think everyone at this point has Verina already. And yeah, Verina is just solid support. You can provide healing. You can provide buffing. She's just so good. The only downside is, she kind of does need a little bit of trick in order to get the... or to maximize the concerto energy and stuff like that, the rotations and stuff. Yeah, the 40 gauge and everything. That's why I'm putting Verina only in A tier. But way before, I would probably put Verina S tier easily. All right, so next character, we got Encore. Yeah, honestly, I did try Encore, and I would put Encore probably above Havoc MC. Encore is so good as a main DPS. It provides so much damage as well. Fully built, of course. Great fusion main DPS. We don't have main DPS fusion. That's limited because Changli is more of a sub DPS than a main DPS. I know. I did say Changli might be a main DPS, but I did try to make her main DPS. But yeah, I think she's better off suited as a sub DPS. While Encore is a better main DPS. Also, the outro skill that Changli provides really makes her more of a sub DPS than a main DPS. At least compared to Encore, right? Next character. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him here. I never used him, but I was able to try him, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. It seems badass, but it felt funky. It felt, I don't know. I just didn't like it. That's why I'm putting Calcharo, whatever you want to call him, here and didn't use enough. Next character, we got Jianxin. Now, Jianxin is actually a character that I used. Jianxin, we're gonna put her above Baizhi because Jianxin is actually a pretty good all-around character. She can shield, deal damage, crowd control enemies, and she can also heal. So she has a little bit of everything. She can also buff. So yeah, she is what you call a jack of all trades, master of none. The downside for Jianxin, the shield takes so long and you can get interrupted at times. So yeah, B tier. Next character. Oh my god. We got Lingyang right here, the fur boy himself. Ooh, Lingyang. Where do I put you? I think I'm gonna put him, honestly, high C tier. I hate to do this because Lingyang was my first DPS ever, and honestly, I had fun using Lingyang, or at least until I built Havoc MC. And yeah, even Danjin was a way more fun, better. As a main DPS, Encore is better, Havoc MC is better. As a main DPS, I don't think Jianxin is better, but overall as a character, Jianxin can provide more than Lingyang, so I'm putting Jianxin there. Baizhi is just playing the good healer as well. A budget version of Verina. We also got Danjin, who's the better DPS in my opinion. Chixia was insane potential. Spectro Rover, again, does provide more stuff other than damage because Lingyang does only provide damage. Next character, Jiyan. Okay, now we're getting to the harder parts of this. In terms of damage, just purely damage, honestly, I would put Jiyan here. Just in terms of damage, but he does provide something, I'd say, if not as equally valuable, close to being as valuable as damage when it comes to a main DPS. The crowd control that Jiyan provides, it's just really good. I'm gonna put him behind Sanhua because Sanhua is just so good, guys. Sanhua is so good. Yeah, he does provide crowd control. That's why I'm still putting him in this tier. Alright, so next character, we got Yinlin. Yinlin, I would put behind Verina, but just because of her kit, just because of her outro, she can work well with a really, really strong character, which is Xiangli Yao. I'm actually gonna pull for Yinlin's banner when it comes out. I think Yinlin is really good, but even if you remove Yinlin out of Xiangli Yao team, Yinlin is still good providing Resonance Liberation buff. I think it was Resonance Liberation. Yeah, she's still a pretty good sub DPS that can focus on bursting and stuff like that. Damage might not be that insane, but still it's an extra damage on top of your main DPS, right? So yeah, Jinhsi easily we put it top of the S tier. Feel free to disagree in the comment section down below, but for me, Jinhsi was the best DPS in the game. That nuke is so strong. I mean, you have to go through a little bit of rotation, charging up her forte if you don't have her, was it S2? A little bit of rotation in the beginning till you get at least half, then you do the Verina, Yuanwu, and then do that whole thing. So it takes quite a bit of time and setup. Really, really damn strong. I'm putting her top of the S tier. Next character, we got Changli. Changli, I would put above Yinlin because I think individually, Changli can deal way more damage than Yinlin, while at the same time being able to do her job as a sub DPS as well. Is also really, really fun to play. Her playstyle is really, really fun. Next character, we got, okay, so Xiangli Yao, I'm going to put in S tier for a different reason than the rest of these guys. So first of all, Xiangli Yao is a free-to-play character. Xiangli Yao was free and everyone could get him as long as they did event, at least for a little bit. And Xiangli Yao, even without his weapon, is also pretty damn strong. So yeah, I would put Xiangli Yao in S tier. You know what? Let's put him down a little bit. Because without his weapon, I think he is A tier. But with his weapon, I would put him up here. The weapon is just really, really good. Xiangli Yao is my other main DPS. Fully build my Xiangli Yao. I did improve my build for Xiangli Yao. I never regretted it. Alright, so next character, we got Zhezhi. Haven't used her to be honest. And honestly, I don't intend to use her. So yeah, I don't really care that much. I'm sorry if you're a fan of this character. It's just not for me. Next character, we got Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper we put in S tier, of course. Probably even higher than Jinhsi. Yeah, higher than Jinhsi. Because Shorekeeper, till this day, Shorekeeper is the only must-have character. So for example, we got two S tier DPS. We got Jiyan and Jinhsi, right? You can survive without one or the other. But Shorekeeper is the only character that I pulled for both accounts because Shorekeeper is just that good. She provides healing. She provides buffs for crit rate and crit damage. She can also buff attack with her weapon. She can buff with the set, the rejuvenating set. She can buff with the echo, which is really easy to use. There's just so many things that's so good with Shorekeeper. That's why I'm putting Shorekeeper in the top S tier easily. If there is an SS tier, I can even add an SS tier here. And Shorekeeper is the only one who's gonna be there. And last but not least, we got the latest character in the game. We got Camellya. And this might be controversial and not everyone might agree with this, but I am putting Camellya at the top right there, just slightly above Jinhsi. Now hear me out. Camellya, Sanhua, and Shorekeeper, they work so well with each other. The rotation is so smooth and it's just so fluid. And other than that, she deals insane amount of damage as well. Like Jinhsi can nuke, Camellya can also do that, if not better with S2. I have both of them at S2 and my Camellya is just doing way more damage. And the best part is, she is so fun to play. Like the spinning thing, the whole rotation with this character, it's just so much more fun to play compared to Jinhsi. I've stated this in my Changli video before. I found Changli way more fun to play than Jinhsi. Let me give you an example. Right now, in the Tower of Adversity, the last boss for the right side of the tower is Scar, which is resistant to Spectro and resistant to Havoc. I tried 5 to 6 times with Jinhsi and I really struggled. You may call it skill issue. I don't really mind. All of the tries, I only did 2 stars. And only 1 try, guys, with Camellya for me to finish that boss, Scar, with just 1 try. Yeah, they both have their signature weapon and both at S2, Camellya is just doing more and more. But yeah, there you have it, guys. This is my tier list for 1.4. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. So yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let's have a little bit of discussion in the comment section down below. And I would just like to remind you all that this is just my opinion and this is from my experience and a little bit of outside influence from my friends and what they think about the characters. But mostly this is from my experience and my opinion only. So yeah, let me know yours in the comment section down below. Last but not least, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Content in the future, and I do play some other games as well, so if you're interested in other games or me playing a different game, don't forget to check this video right here or right there. And that's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.